too loud? Might be. Okay. Hello. Welcome. Come on in. Happy Sunday, everybody. How are we doing this evening? This might be, I always say this might be a quick one. I wasn't planning on coming on here tonight, and then I was doing my live on my Patreon, and I felt the energy start to move a little bit. Hello, Tony. Thanks for tapping the screen, you guys. Tap that screen. Share this with your friends. Let the algorithm know I'm algorithming. I saw another person do a live goal, so maybe I'll do one too, just for funsies. Maybe we'll do, I don't know, I'm feeling roses. Roses have been like really, really big lately in the Mediumship channel, and just like in general. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Thank you, Emily. Hello, guys. Welcome. Come on in. Tony, thank you so much. Oh my God, I appreciate you. Yeah, there's just been a lot of roses showing up as like symbolic for sitters, symbolic for loved ones in spirit. I very, very much appreciate you. Thank you so much. You guys are wonderful. Hi, thank you, Emily. Thank you. How is everybody? How is 2026 treating you guys so far? Emily, thank you so much. Tony, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Hi, Jimmy. Hello, thank you for the heart me. Hello. How we doing, guys? Getting me to my goal. Look at this. You guys are awesome. You guys are the best. Oh my goodness. Yes. Thank you guys so much. You guys are the best. How we doing, guys? If you're new here, hi, hello. My name is Nimue. I am a professional psychic intuitive, evidential medium, and channel. Ah, Tony, thank you so much, babe. Thank you so much for getting me to my goal. Hi, Bailey. How are you? Hello, Denise. Hello, Jimmy. Thank you for sharing the live. You guys are wonderful. I do. And Rachel, I actually wondered if that's what was pulling me on here tonight, because I felt like an animal energy before coming on, so we'll see. Thank you for the follow, Denise. Good to see you too. Guys, do me a favor, tap that screen. Let the internet know. Let TikTok's algorithm know that we are doing some evidential mediumship demonstrations tonight. Hello, Tiffany. How's it going? Jillian, thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mona. How are we doing, guys? How we doing? I'm not sure. Not sure what we're getting into tonight. I never know. Emily, super fan. I do actually, before I get into the whole spiel, while we're still waiting for people to come in, Alexa, thank you so much for the follow. If I have any super fans or patrons that didn't just get a card pulled for them during the Patreon live I just did, please let me know in the chat if you'd like your card. And just because you were so kind, Tony, I know that you're not like subscribed, but you were so kind and you got me to my goal so fast. If you would like me to pull a single card for you as well as we wait for people to come in, I'm very happy to do that. That was very, very sweet of you. I'm good. I'm pretty good, y'all. Emily, absolutely. Hi, Bipolar Hufflepuff. Welcome back. Hello. The Crimson Sentinel for Emily. Hello. Thank you for the heart me. Thank you so much. Number 4. Let's see. This is a new one for me. This is like your big bad boss bitch higher self, but like the warrior version, the type that puts up with no nonsense. This is no nonsense, Emily. This is like the part of us that just like, when there's like the part of us that's like, oh, I'm gonna do something I know is like bad for me because I'm used to doing it. This is the part that's like, no, we're not. Like, stop it. Put it down. I love that. Riley, thank you for the follow. Josie, thank you for the follow. Bipolar Hufflepuff, thank you for the heart me's. And then Tony, Wicked, thank you for the follow. Tony, I have the Infernal Warden, more protective energy coming in, but I think this is generally somebody else in spirit coming to protect you. I am feeling a shift in the energy pretty quickly, guys, so we might jump into the reading pretty soon. This is Black Moon Lilith energy. This is looking at systems of oppression and going, what? Like, it's literally looking the devil in the fucking face and being like, what, bitch? You think you can control me? Like, it's definitely that frequency. And we do have Black Moon Lilith. I think she's already in Sagittarius, which I'm so happy about. So, Katie, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, you can. Thanks for tapping the screen, you guys. We will get to the demonstration. Oh, this is a new one. This is a new card for me. 48. Adding up to 12. The master number. Transformation, inner illumination. Death, rebirth. It's understanding that sometimes the healthiest thing is letting go. And this feels specifically like a relationship. This feels like letting go of a relationship and realizing they were never good for you in the first place. Oh, your little Barley or Big Barley. Loopy, thank you for the follow. These readings, guys, these single card readings are just for super fans and patrons, just to thank them for their support. Thank you so much, Katie. Hi, Mandy. Another awesome medium on this app. I would love it if you guys would give Mindful Mandy a follow. She is fabulous. She's a wonderful evidential medium, and she does some cool paranormal investigating stuffs. Katie, thank you so much. All right, guys. Again, hi, hello. If you are new here, my name is Nimue. I'm a professional psychic intuitive. Hi, Brandy. Absolutely. Spirit medium and channel. Happy New Year. And we are going to be doing, it might only be one. Sometimes I'm on here for like 1 to 4. It really depends on the night, but this might just be like a quick check-in. I felt somebody come in at the end of my Patreon live, and I just wanted to see if they're going to still be around in a bit here. Brandy, the Abyssal Architect? Bruh. This is intense. This is an invitation to go towards the things that you're the most afraid of within yourself, with mindfulness, obviously, but like, what have you always been afraid to do? It's like, it's like, feels like the fear of public speaking, but I don't know if that's exactly how it's showing up for you, but it's that level of like, Gypsy 8, thank you for the follow. All right, you guys. So the way tonight is gonna work. Yvonne, hello. Oh my God, Yvonne, I have been just like salivating and waiting to get my creative juices flowing around the next character. No rush, but I'm like, I already have ideas. All right, guys, so the way that these lives work, these are free readings. I do not charge for these. These are evidence-based mediumship readings, meaning I connect with your loved ones and often your pets in spirit. I wonder if today is going to be a pet-forward reading. I do get a lot of fur babies in my readings here. These are spirit-led, so I do not pick anybody in the chat. I do not pick favorites. I do not pick people I know. I just open the doors of perception. I see who's around, and I connect and bring forward whatever evidence or information they give me. Hi, Susie. Thank you for the heart me, Amy. If you can take 95 to 100% of what I bring forward as evidence, you let me know with a heart and the percentage in the chat. Once we kind of narrow it down to closer to 100%, I will be focusing on that one sitter. And I just ask that if I am in a reading with somebody, that everybody else hold comments, hold the space, create an aura of love and presence for the person who is being read. I do not have mods typically, so I'm usually on my own, kind of trying to just make sure that the chat is going nice and smoothly, keeping it nice and clear. I would like to ask that nobody put personal information into the chat, because unfortunately, scammers can sometimes sneak in there and take that, you know, and use it for nefarious purposes down the road. Hello from Illinois. Hello from Illinois. How are you? Hello, Shirley. Val, thank you for the follow. Thank you, Lindsay. Anything else? Do you guys have any questions before we begin? Any questions about mediumship? Any questions that would make you feel like you're more comfortable just kind of hanging out here? Hello. Riley, thank you so much for the hearts. Should I do a new goal? Okay, I guess we're back to a new goal for the roses. Thank you for the follow, Chelsea. Okay. Do you ever have fur babies? Oh, all the time, Angelica. I've actually had entire lives where it was just animals. There was one live, I think about this live like every day. It was 3 horses, 2 or 3 cats, a bunch of dogs, an elephant, a steer, a rabbit, and a guinea pig. It was amazing. It was amazing. Thank you for the roses, you guys. The energy is beautiful. The energy is what you guys bring to the chat. So like, I always get really excited to connect with this beautiful frequency that we all create together, this beautiful group field. Thank you for the follow, Mary. Hello, hello. It was a whole ass Sue, bro. Like it was awesome. Tiffany, thank you for the follow. Lindsay, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the roses, Tiffany. And Amy, all right, you guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. So, again, so I will not pick anybody prior. I am just going to I am feeling the energy start to move a little bit. The spiritual pressure is changing. I don't know if this is a fur baby or not. Oh my God, thank you guys so much for getting me to my goal. You guys are wonderful. Tiffany, thank you so much. Amy and Emily, thank you so much. All right, guys, so I am going to start to connect. We're just gonna, these might be quick little drive-bys. These might just be quick little waves from your loved ones or your fur babies, okay? I never know who's gonna come through. I wanna just offer, if you start to hear the evidence coming through, but you can only take maybe like 50%, 70%, I want you to understand that that is still your loved one coming through. You might not end up being the sitter, but that, as I like to say, spirit is efficient. They are going to try to get as many waves and hellos as possible, okay? Sometimes it's even a billboard where it's like, oh, I can take like 80%, but maybe not the full 100. Also in my lives, especially for those of you who have come before, I know you've seen this happen. I get dogpiled a bit. I don't know, no, I don't call it dogpile is something different. I get pancaked, meaning there are sometimes similar enough folks where I can have 2 sitters. I've even had 3 sitters before, and the evidence is very specific. It's not just a general, oh, there's, you know, an older gentleman here and he loves you. Like, it's fabulous. It's fascinating. So that can happen sometimes where, like, say you have a loved one, they pass around the same age, they had the same interests. Like, so just, again, spirit's efficient. They are going to try to reach as many people as possible. Hi, Jen. Hello, Mrs. D. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You guys, the energy in here is immaculate. It's immaculate in here. Hello, Sylvester, another medium I would love for you guys to follow, Sylvester Allen. I love his lives, wonderful energy that he brings into the group field as well. Thank you for the follow, Our Slime Coast. Hello, Linda Marie. So everybody, before we begin, I would just invite everybody here to take a nice deep breath. Nice deep breath, and you could imagine breathing light into your heart space, breathing warmth into your heart space. This is where we connect. This is where our connection with spirit lives. It's where it always stays. It never fully goes away. And I want you to just notice if there's any tension and just bring a little bit of softness into the body. You could imagine your loved one, your fur baby, just imagine them. Hold them close. You could even whisper their name. You could just think about your gratitude that they were a part of your life and still are, okay? I just kind of like to open up the sessions with that intention. And I am going to start to lean in and just see who this is that's coming through, because I am feeling something change a little bit. Okay, this is a gentleman coming forward. There's an M, like Mark or Marcus name that he's bringing me to. And I feel like there would have been some kind of play on this M name. Like, for example, and I'm not saying this is what it was, but if it was Marcus, somebody would call him like Marcus Aurelius. Like, it feels like somebody would take this M name and kind of run with it. I need to talk about a baseball hat that he's wearing. I feel like he would be wearing this pretty often. Feels kind of like a guy's guy. I need to talk about this kind of like he's a cool bro. I need to bring forward that he's a cool bro. He is talking about a dog that he had. I don't know if the dog is in spirit with him, but it feels like a big boy, big dog, like could be as big as a mastiff. He loved this dog. He absolutely loved his dog. I also am being shown a boat. I do believe that there was either, I don't know if it was him that fished or his buddies that fished, but I am seeing a boat going out, and they're being fishing. They're being fun. I want to put the age that he's bringing me to like no older than like early 40s. I actually see him being a little bit younger. I want to say maybe like around 36 is where I would place this gentleman. I feel him being tall. I feel him being like pretty damn tall, if I'm being honest. Mr. DXZ can take 80%. I'm going to continue to sit with this gentleman until we can get up to about 95%. Okay. Fishing would be something you would have to take. There's something about something poisonous. I'm not sure if this is something he ingested or like something he inhaled, but there's something kind of like not good or not correct that I feel kind of like from here to here in my breathway. I don't necessarily know that this is the cause of passing, but I do need to talk about something around poison, like something not being right. This could be someone around him too that like ingested something they were not supposed to, but I need to talk about that as well. So just to kind of recap where we're at right now, I am going to continue to sit with this gentleman. I'm not sure, Kelly. Let's make sure that we're not giving any extra information to me. I want to make sure that this is coming through without any influence from extra information in the chat, okay? We call it feeding the medium, so we don't want to feed the medium. Just yes, no, or I don't know with the questions, okay? So I am going to recap. Again, if you can take 95 to 100%, let's move forward with that. I do have an M name that this gentleman is bringing me to. And I feel like there would have been some kind of play on the name that he is bringing me to. For example, and I'm not saying this is what it is, but say his name was Marcus, someone would have been like, oh, Marcus Aurelius. There would have been some kind of play on the name. I need to talk about this man not being much past his like mid to late 30s. At least that is where he is bringing me. I do feel like fishing needs to be brought up, that there would have been fishing. I need to talk about a big dog. This could be a family dog, but some big dog that this man absolutely loved. I need to also talk about something about a toxin or a poison that's coming up for him. I need to talk about painkillers as well. I do need to talk about opiates or some kind of issue. Brandy, you can take 100% of this. Okay, so if everybody else could just hold comments, Brandy can take 100% of this information. So I am going to be focusing on Brandy. If everybody else, please do stick around. Please do hold the space, but 100% is what we are looking for. So Brandy, are you cool sticking around in the chat? I need to talk about the painkillers. Brandy, do you understand why he's bringing me to painkillers, opiates, and it's making me feel gross, like I'm not enjoying what I'm feeling. I do feel as though this is an issue, this is a problem. I'm not sure if it's with him or somebody else, but I need to talk about this feeling gross in my body, and I'm wondering if you would understand that. He was an addict and he was trying to get clean. Okay, thank you for that. Yeah, because I feel like he's talking about, this is making me emotional. He's talking about how there are misconceptions about addiction. Hold on, guys. If I'm muting you, it is with love. I am in the middle of a reading, so if everybody else could just please hold comments. Brandy, would you understand him kind of being like, people don't get it. Like, people don't understand how addiction works. They think it's like this one thing. They think it's just like you're homeless and you're on the streets, which is no disrespect to people who are going through anything like that. But he's like, no, it's like the people that you are working with. It's the people in your life. Like, this is a bit, I don't know. I almost feel like he'd be an advocate around this if he were still here. Okay, didn't get along because he wouldn't get sober. Is it him or is it somebody else, Brandy, that he's talking about regarding the, like, people just don't get it. Like, people don't get how hard this is. People don't get how complicated this is when it comes to this addiction, because it's like beyond control at a certain point. Would you understand him having, like, maybe when he was here, emotions around that and like people not getting it? They're not getting it. This isn't something that he would still be feeling, but it would be something that he would feel when he was here. And your sister is carrying on his advocacy. Okay, wonderful. Yeah, and I don't know, it almost feels like a message for the chat too, where it's just like, you know, I think there are so many misconceptions around addiction and judgments around addiction. And I feel like there's something about his passing and something about his energy that's making people think differently about this, and thinking differently. If everybody else could just politely hold comments. I know there are people that are coming in, but we are in the middle of a reading, y'all. So yeah, I just want to bring that forward. And Brandy, would you understand the big old dog, the big dog that he's bringing me to, that I feel like he was just his buddy. He was just his buddy. I feel like I see him hugging the dog, like wrapping he died in a car accident with his dog. Okay. That's the dog that I felt coming in earlier. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for that. Who's the person with the ponytail that he's talking about, Brandy? Would you understand this? The person with the ponytail? I feel a manner of affection around this as well. He's talking about your sister. Okay. Okay. Would you understand him being like, I'm not sure if you're his wife and your sister, whoever it is that he's bringing me to right now, Brandy, I feel like at one point she was tired of his shit, but she could not leave him alone. Like, she couldn't leave him, or she couldn't fully distance herself. Like, I'm getting a lot of, like, she was frustrated with me, but she wouldn't leave. She wouldn't leave. Like, she was either dedicated to me, she had love for me. There's something about there being a little bit of a tense, but very consistent relationship between him and this person with the ponytail that he's bringing me to. Would you understand that? Like, he's showing her being like, Jesus Christ, like here we go again, is kind of what I'm getting from this woman with the ponytail. And thank you to everybody who is in the chat right now holding comments. I super appreciate you. 100%. Okay. Thank you so much for that. Would you understand him talking about somebody being on the swimming team, or something about swimming coming up, Brandy? Something about the swim team. This guy. It was raining the night that he died. Okay, but would you understand there being something about, like, a swim team or somebody he knows or was close to, who might have been, like, in a pool or swimming? Because I'm feeling like I'm doing what I used to be a fucking swimmer and I can't remember what this is called. The front crawl, free. Anyway, swimming. If not, that's okay. It is okay to tell a medium no if the evidence is not connecting. That actually helps us out. Freestyle, thank you. Thank you. I was only on my swim team for like 4 years. That's fine. But I want to come back to Brandy. Thank you, Ribbons. But everybody, if you guys could just continue to hold comments. We are in a reading with Brandy right now. And I don't have any mods, so I am trying to just make sure the chat stays nice and open, okay? In a ditch full of water. Oh, like, would it be of a ditch, like, deep enough that he would? Yeah, but that's not the evidence he's bringing me to. I'm not getting drowning. I'm getting that it's something about a swim team specifically. So that's not the evidence he's giving me. Okay. All right, perfect. If that comes back later, if that's anybody else in spirit you can think of, go ahead and just put a pin in that for now. Anything else from this gentleman? Peace, Brandy, that's her name. He and you weren't super close. Okay, no worries, Brandy. There's one last little bit I'm going to ask if you would understand. It's something about a roller coaster. I feel like I'm in a roller coaster. I'm not sure, beyond that, if there's any story around that, but I'm wondering if you would understand what he's bringing me to there. I feel like a bit of recklessness from him as well. That feels connected to this. So I don't know if this is like, I don't need seatbelts, I don't need whatever. Like there's some kind of recklessness and a shift in energy after he shows me this roller coaster. This guy was a very like, that was his life in general. He was saved the day he died. Wow. Okay. Okay. Was he a little bit more, like say there, because he's talking about something about prison. And I don't know, I'm trying to lean in more to what he's telling me about prison. It almost feels like he's dodging it, or he's getting out a little bit with like a slap on the wrist when things could have been worse. And I'm wondering if you would understand that while he was still alive. I feel like this is almost like Teflon energy. It's like this could have been a lot worse for him, but he was able to kind of get off, not totally scot-free, but as close to it as it gets. Would you understand that, Brandy? They've just seen each other and they were violating a restraining order. Okay, so there was some issues with law enforcement and the law. Okay, okay. I want to just talk about and honor this man's nervous system if I can. I just need to talk. He's bringing me into his body. And I just need to talk about how loud everything is. I need to talk about, his last name was Moneymaker. I need to talk about how loud everything is in my body. And I feel like he might be bringing me here just so there is context to him, context to his behavior. There was a lot of just, I feel like I can't turn the volume down unless there are certain things in my body, okay? And I don't think at this point in spirit, no one's coming here to try to excuse bad behavior. That's never what happens in a mediumship reading like this. There is often an offering of perspective so people can understand the whys and the hows of this person's life. He had so much trauma. He did. And I feel like it was so much of it was like not in his control. And so much of it was circumstantial. So much of it was circumstantial. Oh, Savannah, thank you so much. Thank you for modding, babe. I was so mad at him. Yeah, I think he knows that too, because he is bringing me, like, again, he showed the girl who's kind of tired of his shit, but she was still with him. For as much stuff as it feels like he kind of kicked up around people loved him. I need to talk about how people didn't want to give up on him. People didn't want to give up on him. You know what I mean? I feel like that's really important. Would you understand that, Brandy, of people just kind of like wanting to give him a chance? Because I feel like he would occasionally just show up. And also, would you understand why he is bringing me to the band Sublime? The band Sublime feels important to bring up here. And folks, if you are being muted, it is with love. I am just in the middle of a reading right now. So if we could just hold comments for a little bit longer. She's devastated. Yeah. Yeah, would you understand? He's saying The Wrong Way. It's the song The Wrong Way that he's playing specifically in my head. If you're familiar with that song. I'll do anything I can. It's the wrong way. We talk all night. Okay. What I'll invite you to do, Brandy, on your own time, if you feel like it, check out the lyrics of that song. I feel like he's trying to say something through the lyrics of that song. Okay. And I don't know if that's also for his partner or the person that you are referencing, or his sister. I'm not sure if you're talking about his, he was on the phone with her. Yeah, definitely give her the message that he is, like, I feel like he's just coming through to just explain his energy, to let people know that he sees it, he understands it. And I hope this is also kind of like a bridge for other people to just like, I don't know him. I feel like there's something about like, I want people to know me and not again to, not hold himself accountable for anything, but just because there is so much emotion around this man and his passing. He's with his dog. I don't know if I think you said both he and his dog were in this accident, but he is safe. There is an older gentleman with him. I need to talk about this older gentleman being like a guardian angel for him. I do also feel angelic energy. He's absolutely with his dog. I feel angel energy around him. I'm not sure if there are people that were close to him specifically that talk about Archangel Michael, but there is some kind of connection between him and that energy as well. Oh my God. Hello. Oh, hi, Jessica. Are you connected with the gentleman that we're talking to right now? Hello. Yes. Hello. That's your sister. Okay. Hi, Jessica. Yeah. So Brandy, this is your brother, correct? That we'll definitely recap you a little bit, Jessica. I'm happy to do. Welcome to the live. Thank you so much for coming in. So just really quick, Jessica, were you this gentleman's sister? Because I know we were talking about his sister, brother-in-law for her. Okay. It's your sister's husband, Jessica. Okay, Jessica's husband. Okay, you're his wife. Okay, hi, Jessica. Welcome. So, I'm gonna recap what he brought through to me, and I think it's really wonderful that you're here. He led by just showing me a middle, not even middle age. He didn't really put himself much past his mid to late 30s. He talked about an M name. And now I'm wondering about Moneymaker because he talked about there being some kind of play off of this M name. So that was some of the evidence he came forward with. He talked about a big dog, a dog that he was 34 Moneymaker. Okay. He talked about a big dog that he was very, very close to. He was hugging this dog. It felt very important to him. He talked about fishing. I'm trying to read my own handwriting because I tend to scribble a lot when I'm doing this. We talked about opiates. We talked about something not right in his body, some kind of toxic situation. Your pit. He was a pit. I thought it was a mastiff. Okay, it was a pit bull. Okay, thank you so much. And he talked about how if he were still here, there would be this sense of like, people don't understand how complex and heavy and crazy addiction is. Like, I feel like he was talking about how it's so hard. It's so hard. Yes, he was a week sober. That's what Brandy was telling me. And he was talking, it felt like advocacy. And I think he was talking about how his sister is continuing advocacy around this specifically. You just got into the root of it. He also brought me into his nervous system. He wanted me to feel inside of his body what it was like. And it was just so loud. Like, he was talking about how loud everything was all the time, because of past situations in his life, and how like sometimes the only thing that would help were the things that he knew weren't always the best for him, because it's kind of like, and I'm not sure if he learned addiction from his family. I'm not sure if this was something that was kind of passed down. Jessica is your sister and his wife. Okay, abuse with his family. Was there also, Jessica, addiction in his family? Because I feel like there's something about mom and there's something connected to the addiction. His mother is an alcoholic. Okay. He was talking about, and I think this might have been you, and forgive me again, Brandy, because this is all coming in really quick. There was something about a woman with a ponytail, and this woman with a ponytail being like over his shit, but also sticking with him at the same time. And I saw this woman just being like, for fuck's sake, but like there is this sense of devotion. There's this sense of dedication. That is you. He was talking about you. He was talking about how you just stuck with him. You would not leave him. You would stick with him. And there's such a feeling of love that I have from him in this moment, because he knows it was a lot. He knows it was a lot. I feel like this man was fighting demons internally while he was here. He is no longer. I want to emphasize that he's okay. He's in good hands. He's with his dog. He's with this older gentleman that I feel him kind of leaning on. But it was a lot. He says he knows he was. And it was hard because like, when he brings me into his body, it's like I only feel like I can do so much. Like I only feel like I have access to so much because there's like parts of my own I don't know I don't know what the word would be, but I feel like I'm cut off from parts of my own mind. So because of stuff that has happened in the past, and he doesn't even want to really tell me what that was because it was pretty dramatic. There were some dramatic things that happened to him in his childhood. I do feel as though there might have been domestic violence in his childhood, and he just absorbed a lot of that energy. And he tried. I do feel like he did he have a lot of energy, Jessica? He makes me feel like I want to be doing stuff like all the time. Like I feel like I want to go, I want to do stuff. He showed me a roller coaster. That was the other thing that he was bringing me to. Oh, and the other question I had, Jessica, is if you would understand why he brought me to the Sublime song The Wrong Way. He played the wrong, I'm not sure if you're familiar with that song, but I did hear that playing in the back of my head. And then there was something about a swim team too that was coming through. Mobile diesel mechanic. He was always on the go. You love Sublime. Okay. Would you understand why he was talking about it? It was specifically like somebody was doing it for sport, like somebody was doing it to exercise. Would you understand why he was bringing me to swim? You taught him to swim. Okay. That's what that was. Oh, thank you so much for that clarification, Jessica. Amazing. Yeah, he's talking about how like he would need to wear a life vest otherwise. Like if you hadn't taught him, he would have had to have worn a life vest. If you would understand that. Like he's kind of joking about that a little bit. And I think he still would wear life jackets if he was out on the boat. He was terrified of water. Okay. Do you understand why he's bringing me to the Prince song When Doves Cry? I just heard that start playing pretty clearly in my head. Yes, okay. Also, would you understand why I'm hearing something about the cavalry, like send in the cavalry? I don't know what that means, but I just wanted to bring that forward in case that lined up with anything as well. Or here comes the cavalry. I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly. It's like a yeehaw type of vibe. Was this guy really funny, Jessica? Was he really like slapsticky funny is kind of what I'm getting from him. He was military. Okay. So that's legit. That's legit what he said. He's the funniest. Okay. Do you understand him being kind of slapsticky, like good with physical comedy, Jessica? I just feel like he would get into a groove and just make people laugh. I feel that about him, that he would just go like something would take him over and people would be just dying laughing. Would you understand this? He would go for hours. Yeah, I feel like this is the type of person that would just have me on the floor crying, laughing. Check her TikTok and his dancing videos. Oh my God, I absolutely will. We laid in bed laughing. Okay. He knew he could make you laugh. He knew like where your funny bone was, dude. And I feel like he's hilarious. Oh, babe. I feel like there's like this like kind of like eyebrow waggle, and all he would have to do is like make a face at you and you just be like, oh my God, like I can't with you. He loves you so much, Jessica. I need to tell you, I mean, Brandy also, I want to bring that message through. Jessica, he's just, he adores you. Like, I feel like if he was here, he'd be snuggling into you. He is a character. And he's saying you saw, this is making me emotional. He's saying you saw the best in him. Like if nobody else could see it, you saw the best in him. So I just want to bring that forward for you as well. You did. Okay. Would you understand why he's showing me? I mean, I'm like, why is she showing me the $? I'm looking at your name. But is there something about finances that's coming up connected to him that you would understand? Like, are you experiencing like a good flow of abundance right now? Like an unexpected one? Like, I feel like he is trying to ensure that financially you are like set for life. There is something about his energy directing itself in that way. Okay, you are, and it's wild. Yeah, this man wants to see you just taken care of for the rest of your life. He adores you so much. Yeah, he's showing Benjamins. He's like, I don't know if it's him helping to make it rain right now, but like, I just want you to know that that's coming through. And I feel like that's a group effort from a couple of other people you might have in spirit as well, my love. Anything else from this wonderful gentleman? And I will absolutely watch videos of this man dancing. That feels like it would warm my heart so much. Anything else from him? Would you, I feel like he's like, yes, I got to it. Like, I feel like I almost felt like a phew. Like, I feel like he's stoked. And like I said, I do feel this sometimes from spirit, this like sense of relief, like, yes, like we made the connection. So I just want to tell you, Jessica and Brandy, this gentleman is very, very happy and very excited that he was able to connect with you tonight. I want to give you so much love from him. And I would also just at this point ask everybody in the chat to just send so much love. He got to you through me, which is wild. If we could just flood the chat with hearts for Brandy and Jessica from this wonderful man, that would be amazing. This guy is just so full of love. He's so full of love. It's wonderful. And I have your name written down, Jessica. Please give me a follow and I'll follow you back. It's been 8 months and feels like yesterday. And Jessica and Brandy, if there is anything at this point you want to share regarding what we talked about, please feel free. I do like to allow some time for people to decompress, share any stories. I just feel so much joy coming from him right now. Thank you, everybody, for the roses. Thank you so much. The mind part, I have a reason for that. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to ask you, Jessica, about the hats. I had to have a closed casket because his head was, yeah, he was bringing me to that a little bit. I didn't want to bring it too far forward. You have his hats. Yeah, he showed himself like wearing his hats. His crusty hats. You buried him in your favorite hat. Oh, baby. Oh my goodness. With a fish hook. They were crusty. Oh my, you have a hat wall. Oh my God, that's fabulous. Oh my God. This dog too. I think it was the dog that got me to come on to this live, by the way. Because I felt, I was doing a live on my Patreon before I came on here, and I felt a dog come in, and I thought I was just going to be doing animal mediumship tonight, but I think it was his dog that got me to come on, because I wasn't planning on coming on tonight. We love his hats. He's thrown a hat across your room. No kidding. Oh, that's awesome. We love a spicy spirit. We love a spicy spirit. Waylon, is that the name of the dog? Oh, Waylon. Oh, the baby. I want to love this stuff. Oh my God, this pity. I might be connecting with them just a little bit. They're funny too. Jessica, did this dog also make you know how to laugh? I feel like they were also kind of connected to physical comedy. Like I feel them being Waylon Jennings moneymaker. I feel them making like a lot of noises. Like they're on their back and they're just kind of like looking at you with their head up like this, like there's just a lot of playfulness, a lot of silliness. A lot of that. Would you understand the dog like jumping in the bed and like trying to get under the covers with you or digging in the covers? You have videos of him also. He swam in the pool with the kids. Okay. I feel them. I feel the dog taking their nose and kind of like that and trying to get under the sheets. And a lot of tippy taps on the sheets specifically. I almost feel like they would get the zoomies on the bed, even though they're not like a giant pitty. I don't feel like pitties aren't like as, I thought it was a mastiff when I was first talking to them. Waylon slept in the bed with you. Okay. Amazing. He was middle-sized. Okay. I mean, I think he thought he was like a puppy. Like he's acting like a puppy in every memory he's bringing me to. He's on your TikTok too. I cannot wait to see this doggo and your husband. Did he make just like random noises? Jessica, would you understand him just like, it'd be quiet and you just hear like, wah, like there's some kind of weird noise. You have one of his pups. You have one of his puppers. I also feel like this dog, like both him and your husband have this ability to just like make a look and make you laugh. Like, I don't know. I love, 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 love. Also, would you understand, not that this is the most evidential bit coming from a doggo in spirit, but there's something about bacon. Like there's something about bacon, and like this dog was a absolute slut for bacon. That's the only way I know how to describe it. And I do feel like there's shit, like he didn't even really need to ask. It was just the look. It was just the look. Like so I'm not sure if you would understand that. So cute. So cute. I feel like the doggo still has the zoomies kind of from the Rainbow Bridge. Very playful, very lovely energy. Brandy and Jessica, thank you so much for helping to facilitate that connection. Thank you so much for your energy. Am I able to connect with someone who passed a couple years ago? Absolutely. Absolutely. Time doesn't exist in the same way on the other side that it does down here. So Lindsay, these are spirit-led readings. If you guys want to book a one-on-one, the link to do so is in my bio for a guaranteed reading. I do also have a Patreon, and I'm thinking about doing a patron-only Zoom call at the end of the month and doing some mediumship just for patrons, if you guys want to check that out. Hello to everybody coming in. Thanks for the follows, you guys. And I did see a couple of you, Riley, getting postcards from that. I saw a couple of you were like 95% when we were getting into that reading. So those are also your loved ones coming through and giving a wave. You're a hospice nurse. I have so much respect for people that work in hospice. So much. I go see a barber, Petty. I go see a barbifer in Cottonwood. He's fantastic. It was your husband, 200%. Sandra, yes. I did a personal reading years ago, and it was sort of the, oh, gee, Warb. I always want to say Warby when I see your name for some reason, the way that my brain works. Hello, welcome, Lindsay. Amber Lynn, go take a pregnancy test, my love. That is how I will always answer that question. Take a test. I have to call my sister. Awesome, Brandy. Wonderful. And again, Jessica, I can't wait to check out your channel. A postcard, Lindsay, is when you're listening to a demonstration and maybe you can take like 70% of what comes through or 80%, but maybe not the full kit and caboodle. So that's your loved one jumping in there, giving a wave, making sure that you know that they're around as well. Thank you, Caffeine and Chaos. Barbers are the best. Oh my God, he used a straight razor on me. It was amazing. Like the back of my head, I don't know if you guys can see, like he's just the best. I'm never gonna not go to a barber for the rest of my life. You're welcome, Lindsay. Do you guys have, I'm going to hang out for a little bit longer. I'm not going to guarantee there might be one more connection, but I don't know yet. I'm just going to sit here for a little bit longer and see if the pressure changes. I am going to have some water though. Do you guys have any questions? I know there's some new folks here. Welcome. Oh no, Kelsey, I hope she got a refund. That's no good. Kelly says, I have so many people who have passed away. Oh my goodness. Do I communicate with people who committed? Yes, I do. Absolutely. That does not create any problems with connection. Pet readings. Yes, Des. Yes, I do. Your uncle just came in a dream. I love dream visits from our loved ones. I think this is a Walmart buy, but it's shiny. They have my number with this type of stuff. We need a fur baby. We did just have that doggo come through, Danny. That sweet pity. I've been drawn to mediums late. Card pulls Midwest, I can for you, babe. So really quick, while we kind of do a reset, if there are any super fans, that would mean you are subscribed to this channel, and or patrons who are subscribed over there. I'm happy to do your single card pulls while we wait for another connection. Butterfly Jen everywhere, literally. everywhere. Thank you, Tony. How did they come to accept spirit and pass on the messages? I've never not accepted spirit. I've been very, very uniquely blessed to have never had this made taboo in my life. So I've been connected for a very long time. Mediumship wise, I've only been connected since 2009. But I've never believed there was a barrier between us and spirit ever. I'm scared to get a reading and nobody comes through. Kate, and if that ever happens, there will be a medium that can connect with you. It really depends on the chemistry between you and the medium. It depends on where we are as sitters as well. Like, where are we in the grief journey? Are we coming with expectations? Are we coming tense? Are we coming open? I always recommend that people be in a place of receptivity when they come, because I have had not a number of situations, but like, sometimes people come in and they're like this, and we want to be, as relaxed as possible. So if you're like this, do some work, do some healing. It doesn't mean that they're not going to be around. It just means that the connection might be a little bit more tricky, but that doesn't happen very often, if I'm being honest. They're always around. I see red robins all the time. Midwest Chula, let me pull that card for you, babe. Let me pull that card for you. Kelsey, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the roses, you guys. Midwest Chula. Our faithful friend. I wonder if this is in the Wheel of Fortune. Midwest Chula. The only constant is change. And if you can make friends with the idea of impermanence, you will be absolutely fucking unstoppable. That's the message I have for you, my love. Dogs have been coming through. Sandra, absolutely, babe. Thank you for the follow, Kelly. Lindsay, thank you for the roses. Treasure Island. Treasure Island. This literally is the card of like paying attention to what is important to you and keeping that shit as close as possible. Focusing on what brings you joy. Focusing on what makes you feel abundant. Had a crazy dream last night. It's an ominous feeling of a premonition. I do find that intuition is less connected to anxiety, and like intuition is going to nudge. Anxiety is going to yell. You guys know, can I connect to an HVAC? Yes, I can. Daydream days. Yes, I can and have. Joe, thank you for the follow. If you continue to look at 1111 for months, is that actually a thing where people send a message? Yes, I think seeing angel numbers and that stuff is like the universe acknowledging that you see it and it sees you. Thank you for the follow. Are they at peace on the other side? Yes, daydream days. As are people who are self-unalived. Yes, the answer is a very strong yes. I've never talked to an angry or upset spirit doing mediumship. They've brought me to times in their life that were challenging, but I've never talked to an angry or sad or guilt. None of that goes with us on the other side, so they are very at peace. Your garden quartz, yes. Thanks for the follows, you guys, and the heart me's. You're welcome, Sandra. Welcome, 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 you guys. So Fiery Rose, those card pulls are only for my super fans. You can see there's 17 out of 22. I am trying to reach a 22 goal, or my patrons. Can they see our future? I don't know. Sometimes I feel like, yes, they can. Sometimes I'm not sure. They're coming from a place of timelessness. So I think they can get a beat on like what we are leaning towards, but I'm not so sure about like future sight. I couldn't tell you that with authority. I don't like saying yes to things that I'm not sure about. So, I've had those dreams before. Okay. Hi, Lilu. Hi, kitty. All right, I am going to do one more tonight, guys. There is one other person here. I'm not sure, again, how deep of a reading this is going to be. This could just be a hello. So if you are new, if you're just coming in, hi, hello. My name is Nimue. I'm a professional psychic, intuitive, evidential medium and channel. Tonight, we're just doing some evidential mediumship demonstrations. Evidential mediumship being the practice of connecting to your loved ones in spirit, and sometimes your fur babies will come through as well. What I do as the medium is I open up my doors of perception. I lean in, I kind of see who walks through the door, and and they start to feed me information. They'll tell me names, dates, places, things that would have been relevant to them and their loved one who would be in the chat. If you can take about 95 to 100% of what comes through, let me know in the chat with a percentage and a heart. When we do engage in a reading, y'all, when I do find a sitter, if I could just ask everybody else to hold comments, to respect the space, respect the sitter, respect the spirit, okay? I do want to invite everybody to take a deep breath. Breathe into the heart space. I know we already did this, but I think you can never do it too much. Breathe into the heart space. Someone in the chat is really nervous about, this isn't them, this is me. Someone in the chat, I want you to breathe. You're okay. Whoever this is that you're worried about not connecting with or connecting with, I need you to know that they are telling me that you're okay and they're okay. I'm not sure who this is, but I feel a lot of anxiety in my body right now from the chat. And I want you guys to know that this is okay. You're safe and they're safe. Okay. I just want to give that message to whoever needed to hear that. But breathed, and now I just felt whoever that was relaxed. So good job with the breath work. Good job coming into the heart space. This is about somebody's son. Whoever this is, it feels like someone's son coming through. This is a young person. At least the year, they're bringing me to the age of about 10 or 11. I need to talk about this boy being about 10 or 11. And I'm just going to ask, guys, that you make sure you don't put any extra information in the chat. Don't put anything that would give like personal details, okay? But I do have a 10 or 11-year-old. He might even be up to 12. I need to talk about this. He wants to talk about his mom. I am feeling pain on the side of my head that he's bringing me to. And I need to talk about how he feels that there are a lot of people projecting blame around his passing. There's a lot of people pointing fingers. There is a lot of guilt around this boy's passing, okay? And I need you to know that he's fine. He's okay. He's also, I think, with his grandpa. Like, if I do feel an older gentleman with him, and they're like playing catch and stuff. Like this child is doing just fine. I can't tell if this is like an accident, but I feel like there is so much finger pointing. Yeah, come back another time, Kelly. Please stay within your realm of comfort, okay? I keep asking him about him, and he just wants to talk about his mom and his sister. He does have a sister. There is a K name that would be connected to him. That could be him or a loved one that he is connected to. And I feel like he keeps trying to talk to his mom. He keeps trying to talk to his mom and like, Mom, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. You need to know that I'm okay. Because I just feel like there is so much guilt around his passing. So Shannon, I don't know. And make sure you don't give me any extra information. Just let me know the percentage of what you can take from the evidence, and a heart, okay? Because we don't want to feed the medium. We just want to make sure this is all coming through without any extra information. He's making me quite dizzy. Mom may have developed some kind of chemical dependency issue from his passing, okay? Those of you putting hearts in the chat, let me know if this is connecting it with a percentage, all right? This may have happened a while ago because I feel like his sister would have been young when he passed, but I do feel her being a bit older now. And for some reason, he's talking about the Loch Ness Monster, okay? So just to kind of recap, I do have, he feels like he's no older than 12. I do have a young boy here. He is bringing me to the name, Kim, you can take 100% of this, okay? So that's the K name, I'm guessing is you. Kim, do you want to stay in the chat, my babe? Because I know sometimes with kids, this can be, an emotionally intense experience. I want you to feel safe. I want you to feel held, okay? He's just emphasizing like, I'm okay, I'm good, I'm fine, I'm so okay. Okay. So Kim, you would understand him having a sister. And I do feel as though the sister has had to kind of like grow up in a way that was a little tricky too, because mom got really, really, really deeply impacted by this, like any mother would. But she's a baddie. I need to talk about how his sister is a fucking baddie. Like, she just has, I don't know if it's Gen Alpha or Gen Z, but she has this kind of just like mind on her, this no tolerance for lies, bullshit. She's fun. She's kind of like a little bit like, I don't know, it's teenage energy. I do feel like she might be a bit older, but it's teenage energy. So he could be bringing me to her teenage years and her just kind of dressing out like a certain way. I do feel that she's kind of like on her own to a certain degree, and he just sees her too. There is a dog he's bringing me to. Kim, would you understand the dog? That she's 16. Okay. Do you understand the doggo? Is this a family dog that he's talking about? There's also a J name that he wants me to talk about. And thank you to everybody in the chat who's holding comments right now. If anyone's coming in, we are in a reading. So if you could just continue to hold comments while I work with Kim and her loved one. I'm not sure that I'm getting the J name and then something about the doggo. Lots of J's. Okay. Let me see if I can send her in. Was one of them his friend? One of those J names, one of his friends? I feel like he's talking about somebody, I don't think it's a brother, but I do think there is like and lots of dogs. Okay. I'm not sure if this is a Jason, but I'm trying to lean in to see who he's bringing me to with the J. Also, Kim, would you understand, oh my God, my brain, what is it called? Tabletop hockey? What is that called? But he's bringing me to, it's like the game where you twist the lever and the guys hit the ball. I'm not sure if you would understand why he's bringing me to that, Kim. Foosball. Thank you, guys. I feel like there's some competition. I'm not sure if it's just the competitive energy he's bringing me to or the foosball table that he's bringing me to specifically. But I feel kids play. Okay. Okay, spread awareness. Could you please hold comments though, babe? Stay in the chat, keep listening, but I am going to be reading with Kim, all right? It doesn't mean that this isn't your loved one, but I am going to give Kim my attention right now. Yes, 12. He's bringing me to the age of 12. Up to the age of 12. Is there anything else? Let me sit with him a little bit longer. How we doing, Kim? I sometimes like to check in when children come through, because again, I know this can be a bit much sometimes. I just want to see how you're doing, babe. You're doing okay. Okay. Kim, would you understand the M name that he is bringing me to? The M like Meredith or M like Michael name that he's bringing me to. And also maybe a P like Patricia name that he's bringing me to. M and P. And also, Kim, if like you need a break and we need to pause, we can absolutely do that too. I just want you to know how okay this kid is. Like, that was the main message that he led with. He's just like, I am. And I feel like there's a consistency. I do feel as though he's sending you guys messages as well. It's not just like birds though. There's like some animal that I feel like he comes through sometimes. Aunt Patricia. Okay. Patricia. Patricia. Would you understand the iguana that he's bringing me to, Kim? I think it's an iguana. It's like, it would be like maybe a bearded dragon. I'm wondering if you would understand that. He hangs out with his sister a lot too. I need to tell you, Kim, that he's like hanging out with his sister. Your daughter sits for the school. Is that where the iguana connection is? Because there was something about an iguana. I wasn't sure what he was bringing me to. Yes, okay. Amazing. Hold on, I just have to put a puzzle piece together really quickly. Okay. Anything else from him? Do you understand the cough syrup that he's talking about? Like it's like a I have a brain. A cherry cough syrup that he would talk about, or that you would connect with him. Like I feel like this is pretty medicinal, whatever I'm drinking, but it does have like a cherry flavor to it. And it's making my chest warm, whatever it is that I'm drinking. It's just like, I don't know if it's a cough syrup or like a flu remedy. But he's bringing me to the cherry. He's like, talk about the cherry. He wants you to sleep really well tonight too, Kim. I'm not sure if you've been struggling with sleep. The name could be, J-name could be his brother that's passed. And yes, he had the cold meds. Would you understand him saying that he really wants to make sure you sleep well tonight? He's going like this. And it just feels like he wants you to get the best night's sleep of your life if possible. I'm not sure if it's you, because there is something about like a difficulty falling asleep or getting tired, because I do feel as though my nervous system is a little bit too awake for some reason. Like I can't stop thinking. I can't stop thinking. I don't sleep well. Okay. Can you sleep better knowing that he's okay? Doctor said too much trauma. Would it be helpful to your nervous system to know that this little boy is like so good, that he's with family that really cares about him, that he's looking out for you guys. This little guy is so awesome. And I keep feeling like if there's any blame, he's like, everybody's like blaming and blaming and blaming. And like, I just feel like he's not carrying any of that with him. That's not something that's resting with this kid. Okay. So just know that he's all right. I'm feeling that same kind of deep breath feeling I got from that other gentleman. I don't know if there's any other mediums in the chat that feel that relief, after the connection is made. With spirit, but I do feel like it's helping the sitter and the spirit in a way to just know that that link is there and established. Kim, I want you to know again that he's okay. I would really love it if the chat could just flood the chat with some hearts and love for Kim and this little boy who came through tonight. And really to anybody in the chat who has lost a child, anybody who has gone through that, because it is a type of grief that I would label as unimaginable. And I just want you to know that we are all holding space for you, okay? He touched many people. Whew. I know sometimes people worry about the wee ones. The wee ones are good. They're with loved ones. They're always surrounded by loved ones. Whenever I've connected with children or babies, they're always with family. And Ashley, I'm going to tell you, yes, I've never talked to a spirit who isn't okay. And I have connected with spirit at like hours after their passing, up to 20 years after their passing. And I get the same feeling of safety, of love, awareness, of levity. My condolences, Maggie. And I feel confident saying that because every other medium that I know and every other medium I have seen on this app that is worth their salt as a medium says the same thing about spirit. It is consistent across the board. The only people who ever get into the, oh, they're whatever, they're stuff, those are generally people who are trying to get you afraid and then dependent on them to heal and free it's just bullshit. So guys, if you ever have the misfortune of finding a medium who tells you such things, please ask for your money back, block them on TikTok. I really have a difficult time not being really snippy, to put it lightly, about that type of practice. It can really hurt people. So, thank you for the rose. Thank you so much, guys, for holding the space tonight. Do we have any questions? If you guys want to book one-on-one, the link is in the bio. There are 2 different ways to book with me. I work from home, and I also work at a wonderful place called the Crystal Magic Psychic Center in Sedona. If you're ever in Sedona, please come say hi, but I also do Zoom and phone calls from there as well. I do have a Patreon community if you guys would like to be a part of that. I think at the end of this month, I will be doing a Zoom mediumship call with just patrons, and that will include patrons on the free tier as well. I like to offer something for the people that are on the free tier. Oh, hello from Flag. Hello from Flag. Yeah, Sedona is amazing. Sedona is amazing. Give me one quick second here. Okay, there we go. That is taken care of. Can our loved ones hear us if we talk to them? Yes. Yes, they can. And I am speaking from personal experience on this one. Like they immediately. I was in San Diego. All of last year until I had a very magical vacation out here. And everything in the universe was like, you need to get back here. And I said, okay. And I'm everything in my life since I made that decision has just shifted in a way that feels really in alignment. So, I had such a spiritual awakening in Sedona. That'll happen. That will happen. I have used 5 different psychics on here. Not one has had any accurate information. Have you paid for those readings, Nancy? Because depending on what happens in a reading, if someone isn't happy with me, I'm not going to take their money. If I get halfway through a reading and I check in, I say, hey, how's everything going? And they tell me to continue. And then at the end, they tell me, okay, well, I didn't like any of that. Then I'll still do at least a 50% refund because I want that person to feel like they're not being taken advantage of. If someone doesn't connect with me, they don't connect with me. You can't force that. And it's not every psychic is for every person. Your soul belongs back there. Sandra, you're the best. You're just wonderful. The head pain was how his brother passed. Oh, interesting, Kim. Thank you for that validation. Oh my goodness. And his brother passed too. Sedona's lovely. It really is something else. The vortex energy is a real phenomenon. It's not just speculative. They've done measurements out here with various tools and gadgets that can pick up on electromagnetic magnetic fields in the area. Sedona is truly magical. There is so much UFO activity out here. It's almost I'm not even surprised by them anymore. Okay. Glad to know they can hear us. My partner passed last month. There's been so much loss over the past year. I have not, and I've heard nothing but good things about Arthur Findlay. I would love the opportunity to study there. I am potentially going to be studying at the, what's it called? The Monroe Institute, maybe. I haven't set on a date yet, but that is out in the ether right now, which I'm also looking forward to. So I would love to develop just my general psychism to be a bit more clear, a little bit more accurate. Hello from Australia. Hello, Haven. What if my loved one wasn't able to speak in deaf? They can still communicate through images, sounds, smells, sensations in the body. They can download memories into the reader. So that doesn't matter. And I can also, Sandra, thank you. They can also say you had a loved one in spirit that didn't speak English. They spoke a different language. I can still connect with them as well. Any medium can. There are ways. Spirit is very wise. Spirit has several tricks in their toolkit. So no, these are not paid. Whenever I come on TikTok, these are not paid readings. These are free. Thank you for the roses. Do you guys have any other questions? I was just talking about you the other day. Did my first mediumship reading the other day. How did it go, Haven? Kiki, I'm not sure. I'm going to give it 5 more minutes. If I feel somebody drop in super strong in 5 minutes, then yes, I will. Otherwise, I might go for the evening. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm not fully ready to sign off, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, animals, Shaq, I don't know if you were around with the steer that made the dad jokes. It was that I talk about that all the time, like with my coworkers, because I'm just like, you guys, like, this is so magical. Like, what do they do on the other side? Good question. I feel like depending on the spirit, it depends on what they're doing, you know? Some are just enjoying healing and being with people they love and not paying taxes. I hear there's some people that sometimes joke, I don't have to pay taxes anymore. A lot of them are enjoying, if they had pain in their body, they're enjoying not having pain. They're hanging out with us. Some of them are coming back. Some of them might be exploring the galaxy. I can't tell you, I can't speak for every spirit. It went really well. Everything I said resonated. Yay! Lost my dad in November. My condolences. Can I connect to loved ones I've never met, only heard stories about? Yes. Are you talking about you as the sitter, having never met them, Samantha? The tricky part sometimes, if you like know of somebody, but you don't know like facts about them or have a lot of memories with them, makes the evidential mediumship part a little tricky, because we're working based on like specific facts about that person or specific events in their life. But yes, I mean, that happened today, actually. I connected with somebody that this person like barely remembered, but she knew enough about them that the evidence made sense to her. Thank you for the follow, Varshine. They're in a better place, that's for sure. Shay, thank you for the follow. What do they eat? They don't need food. They don't need food. My dog showed me who she was with in my past cats. Okay, I just felt a little bit of a shift. I'm going to hang out a little bit longer. I'm not sure if this is, again, just going to be a quick flyby. I told the girl I'm talking to romantically about my friend Ollie, telling you she was mad she couldn't eat. Some of them do, like, they talk about food a lot, bro. Like, pets do too. Pets and humans are not that different in what they bring through as evidence. Like, humans like talking about their family. Pets like talking about their family. Humans love talking about the food that they used to eat down here. Pets love talking about the food. It brought them pleasure. Like, food brings pleasure. You know what I mean? That's why we come and have bodies, is like, so we can have those visceral, you know, body experiences. Will they make you unsettled about where you are? What do you mean by that? Spread awareness. Thank you. Thank you for the follow, Anne Marie. My dad passed when I was 8. TV show Ghosts. They love smelling it. They always bring through food. All right, guys, I am going to see if I can just touch base with whoever this is. I am feeling an older woman here. So if you're just coming in, the way this will work, I'm going to just sit with this person for a little bit and see what information they bring through to me. If you can take 95 to 100% of what comes through, what you're going to do is just put a percentage with a heart in the chat, okay? Once we do locate the sitter, I would just ask that everybody else in the comments just hold comments, just so we can focus on that one person, okay? Thank you for the roses. These are I don't choose anyone prior to opening up and seeing who comes through. And this might be a quick one, guys, because I can tell that my brain is starting to get a little bit tired. But I do need to bring in this older woman, and she is bringing me to a B like Barbara name, okay? This woman might have been a handful. This woman might have been a handful. There is a nickname to whatever this B name is. So if it was Barbara, it would be Babs or something like that. This woman was a handful. She might actually have had, I don't think this is dementia. I think this might be schizophrenia or something adjacent to it, okay? Because I am feeling kind of mentally here, I'm mentally here, I'm mentally here. And it's funny because I don't really feel like wherever I am or whoever I'm talking to is making me anxious. This is very much a part of who I am, but I am feeling kind of like people are looking at me, and like I'm getting judged for whatever this is that I'm experiencing. I do feel that this woman has a smaller frame, and I am feeling that there is a little bit of a hunch. It's almost like a protective hunch in her posturing. I do feel like you would know her. You might have even been a caregiver for her. You might have known her to kind of talk to herself a lot, but she was never really yelling. Maybe once or twice she would get agitated, but it does feel like she's talking to people that you cannot see, but that she felt around. Okay, so I need to bring that forward. I feel like this woman had a tough life. This woman had it tough. 98% for bipolar Hufflepuff. This woman had it tough. I do feel as though there is religious trauma. There is religious trauma that I'm picking up in her, okay? She would have been, especially with whatever it is that she's tapped into here, I do feel as though there might have even been something like... Okay, really quick before I get into this, if there is religious trauma, I need to in you, or if this is triggering, I want to just warn you guys that this is where she's taking me, and I just want to keep this chat safe. I want you guys to feel safe, because she is bringing me to some pretty difficult situations that she went through, but this would be how you would know her. This would be something you would know about her, okay? So I need to talk about how there might have been a time, maybe in her childhood even, where somebody brought in a priest and tried to do like an exorcism on her. Like I'm feeling like I, against my will, am going through a spiritual cleanse. Let's just put it that way, okay? And I'm not doing anything wrong. Like, I feel like I don't understand why this is happening because I'm not doing anything wrong. So I need to bring that forward. Haven, 99% of this. Okay, stick around in the chat, all right? Haven, and I did see bipolar Hufflepuff at 90, or Denise at 99%. Okay. Haven and Denise, stick around in the chat. If everybody else could just hold comments, especially if you have gotten a reading from me before, please stick around, and do know that this is still your loved one giving you a wave and saying hello, but I really do want to hone in on Denise, and I want to hone in on Haven right now and continue to work with this woman or two women that are in spirit, okay? Sometimes they do come in together. If there's enough in similarity between the two of them, they will come in so they can reach as many of you as possible. Haven and Denise, is it Denise? Let me make sure I'm saying that right. Denise, can you take the B name? Can you have to be able to take the B name, and also that there might be like a nickname around the B name. Haven and Denise, would you be able to take that? Yes. Okay. And same with you, Haven? Yes. From Denise. Okay. And yes, from Haven. Okay. I need to talk about how sometimes she would sing. She would kind of sing to herself. I need to talk about how her eyes are closed and she's just kind of singing. And I need to say that her voice is actually kind of lovely. She's kind of just humming something. So I need to talk about the singing. I do need to talk about how tiny or frail she was. So Haven and Denise, would you understand the singing? And would you understand her being very, very, either not quite emaciated, but very, very thin, very frail? Yes, for Haven. Okay. Yes, says Denise. Okay, thank you for that. Would you understand a big coat? Something about a big coat or an oversized coat that she's wearing, either Haven or Denise. I feel like this isn't her coat. I feel like I'm wearing a coat that's like a man's coat, or I got from somewhere else. Yes, okay. I need to say that she's got kind of like this woman could just like, I don't know if she's just kind of taking stuff and making it hers, but this woman is very ethereal. I think other people might have mislabeled it as like mental illness. I'm not feeling mental illness with her. I need to be so for real about this. Like I'm feeling trauma from what she brought me to. I feel this woman being connected to something that we cannot touch or see. So Haven and Denise, I'm wondering if you would understand that about her. Like I not that I like to pathologize anybody, but I need to talk about how she's perfectly fine the way that she is. Whatever it was that they tried to like heal her from, or tell her that she was not like supposed to be tapping into, there was nothing wrong with her. Yes, says Haven. Okay. I am being brought to her heart. I am being brought to the chest. I am wondering about compressions being done on her at some point, either Haven or Denise. I am feeling compressions on my chest. Would you understand what she's bringing me here? This coat is cracking me up on her. No, okay, no about the chest compressions. Denise, would you understand the compressions? Okay, we'll put a pin in that, unless that sounds like anybody else either of you two might know in spirit. Anything else from her? I need to tell you, if one of you has had a visitation of something fluttering or flying or perched on your window that was just kind of there and then gone, I need to let you and either Haven and Denise know that was from her. I don't know that she comes and visits very often, whoever this is, but I do feel as though she would have visited, like very kind of just peeking in the window and then taking off with whatever wings that she had. Yes, says Haven. And then Mutiny, you can take 100% of this as well. So this might be a number of women that kind of fit in a similar enough category. This happens at least once in my mediumship demonstrations. I find this fascinating. There is an E, like Erica name, that she's bringing me to. So Denise, Haven, and Mutiny, would you understand the E, like Erica or Edward name that she's bringing me to? And also some like 100% for Tony as well. So you guys can take her husband is the E name. Okay. Your sister is the E name, Tony. Okay. It's Erica. It is Erica. Okay. She feels fey. I know that's not evidential. I'll be fully transparent about that, y'all, but she feels fey to me. If those of you that are familiar with that archetype, like this otherworldly, and I don't want to like other her, because I think that happened to her too much in her life, but I think she was just a being from in a vibration that was very hard to be in this world with, if that makes any sense. Like she is just so much in her, she's her own person. She's her own mind. I don't think it was like easy for people to tell this woman what to do. And I think that caused problems for her throughout her life, because she could not be controlled because like who's going to control, like, you know what I'm saying? So for the folks that are taking 100% of this, I'm wondering if that is also resonating, this inability to be governed, this inability to basically sink into the matrix. I do feel as though there might be a child or a son. There was a younger man that she brought me to as well. So I need to talk about that and potential estrangement. She was a Spitfire. Would you that can take 100% of this understand the son that she is bringing me to? And so because we are getting pancaked right now, this is now at the point where some of you are going to take some of this and some of you might not, and that is okay. We have 4 women here for these sitters right now that are all coming in to say hi. I'm not sure, Haven. I just feel that there was a son. I just feel that there was a son that she's talking about. And the son does feel very, very important. Very, very, very important to her. She's going like this. But I also feel as though she didn't fully know how to take care of him, or that there would have been a custody thing and that the son would not have been with her. I do feel an absence of this son from her. So that would be something to take as well. Yes. Okay. Says Mutiny. I want to talk about her hair, and her hair maybe having like little braids, or her hair just being kind of unusually styled or placed. So those of you that can take 100%, I'm wondering about the little braids. I'm wondering about her hair kind of being like maybe like a weird kind of messy ponytail. It would have been very much her vibe, but I feel like there's like something little like a braid or like some, I don't know, maybe like a little bauble or something here that she's making me want to play with. Or if maybe she twisted her hair, if maybe she braided her hair. They were dreadlocks. Okay. Dreads. I feel like myself wanting to play with them a lot and twist them a lot, you know? I need to talk about a yellow butterfly. I need to talk about a yellow butterfly specifically. For those of you that can take 100% of this, I'm wondering if you would understand the yellow butterfly. And then I also, speaking of yellow, need to talk about McDonald's. I need to talk about her hair was always twisted. Shortcut often dyed her hair purple, so there's the interesting styling. The yellow, would you guys, your mom loves butterflies. Would you, it's a yellow one specifically. So I know I mentioned that there was like a yellow butterfly in her kitchen. Okay, thank you. Yeah, it's a very specific visual that they're giving me around that. And then McDonald's. There was something about McDonald's, Mickey D's. Those of you that can take 100% of this, if you would understand why she's bringing me to McDonald's. Is it McDonald's or Wendy's? This might be Wendy's. I might be wrong about it being McDonald's. I think it's Wendy's because I'm tasting a Frosty. It's definitely a Frosty. Oh, it is. We have like four spirits that are all kind of coming in. They have enough in common that we're able to reach enough people in the chat that would like link up with them. So yeah, that's why I'm saying, Haven, now that we have you all here, there's going to be some information that comes through that some of you will take. She loved the chocolate Frosty. Okay. Thank you for that. Yeah, I feel like I'm loving this Frosty. Would you understand the poncho? She showed me the oversized jacket, but there's also a poncho that I have on. Or I don't know if this is crocheted or woven, but there is something that I'm wearing kind of like warm and like, so yeah, I'm wondering between, yes, says Haven. Okay. To the poncho. Okay. Hope you're well too, Ivy. You know I mentioned religious trauma with this woman, but I also am wondering about there being some connection to Mother Mary specifically. I'm seeing an image of Mother Mary. So out of those of you who are taking 100% of this, would you understand that? And I do feel like a very strong connection to whether this is a picture, an icon or something, but I feel a strong, almost psychic link with this. It's a statue on the shelf. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure if this is Latin or Spanish, but I am hearing a different language coming through from at least one of these women. Baptist, okay. All right, guys, just as people are kind of Spanish you connect to. If you guys could just, anybody who's not in this reading right now, please hold comments. I am in the middle of a reading with actually a couple of sitters. So if we could just hold the space, make the chat nice and open for them to respond, I would super appreciate it. Thank you for everybody for tapping the screen. Thanks for holding the space. Let me see if there's anything else. I do feel like there's more from this. This woman is so beautiful. There is something about a spider or spider webs. I need to talk about the spider or spider webs for those of you that are connecting with these spirits, okay? So something about that being important to either her or to you. But there is some connection. She spoke German. Okay. Thank you, Mutiny. Do you guys understand the spider? I don't know if this is like a paper spider web, like a Halloween decoration, but it almost feels stylized. I'm being brought to like a stylized web or a stylized spider. Or maybe even earrings that you guys might have. There's something about that. She was afraid of spiders. Okay. Do any of you have spider web earrings? Pink spider web light in your room? Okay. Some water. One of them is saying something about taking out the garbage. Like, take out the garbage, take out the garbage, take out the garbage. I'm wondering if you guys would understand that. And I am smelling like trash. So I'm wondering if she's referencing something that she was around. And she died on Halloween, Tony. Okay, wow. And you put out spiderweb tablecloths. And she said that a lot during family events, that take out the trash. These ladies are wonderful. Okay, let me sit with them a little bit longer, I need to talk about at least one of them having a really hard time expressing love. This is making me a little emotional to talk about this. Like, I'm just feeling like a flood of emotion. I need to talk about how, at least in one of these women's cases, it was very hard to be demonstrably affectionate. And it wasn't that this woman didn't have affection. This woman had a lot of love and very attachment here. But I feel like it was very hard for her. I think with what she showed me from her childhood, that was like not accessible to her. So I need to talk about that not being necessarily brought forward in a way that would have felt cozy or affectionate, but I need to tell you that there was love, even if it couldn't be expressed. Yeah, you've been taking 100% of this, right, Haven? Her mom died at 9 months. I'm coming back to the spider again. She's not done with the spider because now there's something about a black widow very specifically. So again, we're talking to multiple spirits right now. So this could be a different memory or a different situation, but we're at something about a black widow is coming forward from one of them. Yes, says Mutiny. Okay. And again, those of you that are connecting might not be able to take all of this just because, again, we have more than one spirit here. And she was a widow when she passed. She died 7 years after your abuela. Okay. She's joking about the fucking trash still. I feel like this would be the type of woman to wake you up with drum cymbals. I'm wondering, those of you that are taking this, would you, like, I don't know if she ever did this, but I feel like she would be the type to, like, snap somebody out of it by banging on something loud. So I'm wondering if any of you guys would understand this. The Widowmaker Black Widow is a heart term, too. Not sure what that means. But would you understand her, like, smacking something really loud, like a gong, to get somebody's attention? Out of those of you that are taking 100% of this. Yes, says Mutiny. Okay. Because, like, kind of what I saw when she was talking about taking out the trash, I almost saw her taking the lid of the trash and banging it like a fucking gong. She banged pots, says Tony. Okay. I like her. I know for one of them I need to talk about was maybe afraid of crossing over. And then I think when she crossed over, there was a gentleman waiting for her. And she was just like, oh, and like, I just feel this, this is making me emotional too. These women are pulling on my heartstrings like crazy, yo. There was a man who was almost like she woke up next to him is almost what I'm feeling when she crossed over. And I do feel like up until that point, there might've been a fear around transitioning. And when she kind of like came into the other, wherever it is that we go, there was like it was her grandfather. Okay. I almost feel like he's going like, boop. You're a whale again. She talked about not being ready to meet him again. Wow, Haven. And OG Wabi, no. Okay, OG Wabi, hold comments just for now, babe, because we already have, we need you to be able to take 100% of this. And then we already do have, I don't know if Denise is still here. I think Denise might have left. She missed him so much. She's showing herself, one of these women, if not more than one, rubber gloves, scrubbing. Denise, you are still here. Scrubbing. And I almost feel like the scrubbing is a little bit manic. And I'm wondering if you guys would understand that. Oh, there's the E name. There's that E name, Mutiny. So would you guys understand her scrubbing, but like to a point where it's like, that's clean already. It's okay. You don't have to, like, I almost feel like she would have done this when she was anxious or mad, like angry cleaning. It feels like angry cleaning to me, if you guys would understand that. She was a neat freak. Okay, says Tony. And I feel like, again, she's tiny. This woman is little, and I feel like even a small size glove is like huge on her. I feel like everything is kind of oversized. She was very meticulous and angry cleaned a lot. Okay. She was 4'9". Yeah, tiny, teeny tiny, absolutely. And very frail when she went, okay. She, if not all of them, because I do feel them coming in, you know, with a very similar message. I'm feeling I did the best I could with what I had. And again, these messages aren't to necessarily like absolve, you know, if they did something that wasn't the best when we were here, that's not them trying to be like, oh, like, don't take it. Like, I think they're just like, this woman was, she didn't have much to fall back on. Like, she's showing me the cleaning and again, kind of like that gentleman brought me into his body. I'm being brought into her body, and I just feel like I'm trying so hard to keep it together. I'm trying so hard to keep it together. I'm trying so hard to keep it together. So I need to talk about that vibe and how it might have come out as a little bit like this, because I'm trying so fucking hard to keep it together. Yeah, and it's interesting too, because like we don't carry that guilt with us. Sometimes the guilt keeps us perpetuating those cycles, because I could feel when she was here, there was guilt in her belly. It lived in her belly. But then she would kind of like try to distract herself. Or I do feel like little outbursts of anger from time to time. Because she didn't know, there's a lot of like, and again, I don't want to get into the point where people are triggered, you know, with some of this evidence. I will just say that whatever happened in this woman's childhood was the reason she was the way that she was. And it was very hard. And there was no one she could talk to about it. Like whatever happened to her when she was younger, there was no one to talk to. There was no one to trust, period. So they're just bringing me there. They're bringing me into that experience. This is one thing, and this is now just me, guys. Sometimes with mediumship, you really are humbled when the spirit is gracious enough, honestly, to give you that perspective, because I think we can get, you know, tunnel visioned around a lot of this stuff. Trauma is hard. And I feel like when I talk to loved ones in spirit that might have been hard people, like remember I said this woman, like she was a lot, like there was a lot going on. There's always a reason. There's never not a reason. And there is this sense of, I just want to make sure you're okay. I just want to make sure you're okay now. Her son is taking the loss the hardest. Okay. She comes to him. She comes to him. I need to talk about her coming to him as a bird. There's something about bird visitation. I don't know if he's fully allowing that awareness in, but there is, she's poking at him a little bit. So I do need to send that. To you, Haven. She didn't accept my partner's relationship because we weren't married 19 years, and the Cardinals visit. Okay. Who's the N name that I'm being brought to? N like Nancy. Your dad sees butterflies. Nova. Thank you for that, Tony. I'm wondering, of those of you that are sitting with these women, if you would understand the paper link chain that she's showing me. Like, you know, when you take construction paper and you fold it into little links. Her name is Nell. Oh my God. Okay, there's that. Would you guys understand the paper link chain that she's bringing me to? And if everyone could just hold comments. We are in a reading at the moment. Used to make those as kids. And she's talking about beetles. And I think it's the bug, but I'm not 100% sure. But something about beetles. If any of you guys would understand that. Someone's birthday too. Someone just had a difficult birthday. I do need to talk about somebody having a child. Yeah, you had those in Florida. Okay. Would any Tony Mutiny Haven, would you understand the difficult birth her son? Okay, because I'm seeing somebody like looking at like the image is looking at a birthday cake, but not knowing. Like I don't feel a lot of joy around it. It just feels very hard. This birthday feels hard. I don't know what it is about the Beatles that feels so important, but would you understand sometimes like we're just having canned soup for fucking dinner? Like that's what I got. That's what you're gonna eat. Would you understand the canned soup, Tony Haven or Mutiny? It might even be like spaghetti. It's like canned something. Your 40th, you didn't celebrate. Okay. Might be June bugs that they're showing me, by the way, guys, when they're talking about beetles. It feels like June bugs, the really pretty green ones. Tomato soup and cheese sandwiches, okay? June bugs, that's what they are. That feels like her energy somehow. I need to talk about how June bugs in her, there's something going on there. There's some kind of like similar frequency. Like that jeweled green feels like her to me, if that makes any sense. Okay. And there is, the last thing I'm going to bring forward with these women, something about the June bugs, and on a completely different note, something about a pot roast, and feeling really good about this pot roast. If anybody, Tony, Mutiny, or Haven can take either of those things. The roast is what I'm hearing. She had a brooch that had the June bug look, and you made her roast. Okay. Oh my God. All right, guys. I'm going to pull something from here, and we're going to go ahead and close the reading for tonight. I'm just going to pull this community card that does feel like it's kind of coming from Spirit at the moment. I think this is just validation and honoring the community energy that we build in these lives together. They allow for these women to come through and connect with their loved ones and have these experiences. So I would really love for the chat to just flood the chat with some hearts for Tony, for Denise, for Haven, and for Mutiny, for these women in spirit who came through so clearly and with so much love. So much love. I wasn't even gonna come on tonight, y'all. Oh, that's okay, Haven. If you guys can, I hope I remember, I'm gonna try to post this one on my YouTube. I used to be better about that because sometimes I just fucking forget. But I might end up posting this one on my YouTube channel just so you guys can go back and watch. Just because there was a lot of information coming through. And sometimes it can be helpful to show that to other family members or have stuff validated. That happens to me quite a lot, especially in one-on-one readings. I think sometimes in one-on-one readings as a sitter, we can be a little bit in the moment, right? Sometimes the evidence doesn't come right to mind or whatever. And I find out often from people that sit with me, they'll message me weeks or even months later being like, yeah, you remember that thing that you said? I talked to so-and-so and boom, there it was. So, yeah, Haven, I will post this on YouTube probably tomorrow, okay? And then you can go back and listen to the rest. But do you guys have any questions? Thank you again to everybody for holding space for the sitters tonight. That's what I call getting pancaked. It happens at least once in every one of these lives that I do. And yeah, I know, OG, you say you sounded a lot like your aunt. Big postcard from her. Big postcard from her for sure. You're so welcome, Denise. You're so welcome. So again, guys, if you want to book one-on-one, link to book is in the bio. We can do it through Zoom, in which case I record the session. So that way, again, you can go back if there's any information that comes through that can't be verified in the moment. If you see me in person, I usually I don't ask you to, but offer that you can record on your phone. So that way you can take the session with you as well. I've been having heart palpitations all day. I think it's hormonal. I think it's the perimenopause. We love her. We love our hormones so much. Well, thank you for holding space, you guys. And again, you can check out the link in the bio to book if you would like to do a one-on-one session. You can bring other people to the session as well. I actually think it's a great idea to have more than one person in a reading, because that way you have multiple people who can kind of bounce things off of. Oh, I remember this. I remember this. I do have, again, a Patreon community if you guys want to go check that out. And I also have an Etsy store with lots of really cool shiny rocks and potions and stuff. I actually somebody just ordered a flower essence for me, which I'm stoked to put together for them. So last call for any questions. Thanks, Savannah. Thanks for helping with the mods. I know I come on about once or twice a week, Haven, whenever I can. Tony, thank you so much. I'm really glad that was connecting. I felt your energy when you came in. Like, I don't know, sometimes there are certain people I see come in the chat and I just feel like a little ping. So I'm really glad that there was a connection for you tonight. Same name on YouTube, and also spread awareness. If you click on my link tree, it's linked there as well. Quick with the molding or the modding. Yeah, I've kind of had to, because I don't know why I don't ask for mods. I don't know. I just I'm like, I guess I don't know. I don't know. I'm still learning how to ask for help in some ways. Apparently, do I prefer to connect with animals or people more? I like both. Both are, sources of love and joy. So I do have a blast with it. I think I'm charmed when the animals come through, because that is a bit of a newer development for me. It's not that I haven't connected with animals in the past, but it's just deepened, like, and different kinds of animals. I'm just excited because I've always been an animal person. So like connecting with a turtle or connecting with a bird, connecting with a goat, like it's just like, oh my God, like I just feel like it's such a privilege to be able to link with these beings that cannot use language in the way that we do. You know what I mean? Oh, Haven! Until we get to 100K. I mean, if you guys want to get me to 100K, that'd be sick. That'd be fun. Oh, what's going on? Who arted? Thank you for the follow, Joanne. Your chickens! Oh, yeah, it's incredible. The only species, well, I guess 2 species, because I haven't had any bugs come through yet, and I haven't had fish come through yet. Thank you for the follow, Jacqueline. I focus on animals. I bet my cat finds you. He has. Oh, gee. Oh, my God. Haven, I've been good. A little overwhelmed with life, but life is also really good. I had to move. Still getting my apartment set up, but I spent all that was the full moon energy yesterday. It had me rearranging every single piece of furniture in my fucking house because Cancer rules over the household, and Capricorn says, hey, get it done. So I was like, I woke up and I was like, I'm doing nothing today. I'm going to lay in bed. I'm going to rot. I'm going to play Baldur's Gate. And no, I spent 5 hours moving furniture instead. Who arted? I think I must have missed something in the chat. I'm so sorry. I'm not sure what we're talking about here. How have you been? How's everybody been? I know we're only 4 days into 2026. And on that note, as we get to 100K, because you guys are awesome. Feeling good energy about 2026, great end of 2025. I did so much stuff. Yeah, that full moon was like, feel your feelings while rearranging your entire house. Let's deal with your codependency wound while you're moving a bookshelf. You know what I mean? That was my day yesterday. Yes, Savannah, on my Patreon, I'm doing mentoring still. So I do have a mentoring program on my Patreon, guys. If you're looking to develop spiritually, if you're looking into nervous system regulation, spiritual practices, that kind of thing. I did all the chores I'm putting off. Hello, Kane. I have terminal cancer. I've never had a past one come through. I'm so scared. Salt and bones. The only thing I can tell you is, first of all, I'm sorry that you're dealing with that. Hang out in more mediumship readings, because you start to really feel into the energy that comes through, even if it's not your loved ones. Like, I feel the magic when that energy builds. I feel that love coming through, and mediumship has completely made me lose my fear of death. And I've been doing this for years at this point. It really is. It's like taking off a shoe that's too tight, babe. And there's always loved ones to greet us on the other side as well. Preparing to move the house. Yeah. Oh, thank you for getting me to 100K, you guys. You're the best. I was scrolling through. Last one was a gift for a reading. She was connected. Someone for me. When I asked about an owl next 2 weeks ago, I had 4 owls do flybys in front of my car right before I moved to Arizona. That felt important. I actually, where I lived in San Diego, I had 2 owls, and we called it the murder tree. Because they would that's where they would do all their eating and hunting. I told my sitters the same thing. Yeah, it's and I've talked to spirits on the other side. Like tonight, like I think you heard me say that one of those women was like really afraid of what that experience would be like. And when it happened, she was like, oh, there's a lot of like, huh. a lot of people, it's not a shock, really. It's just kind of like, I get a lot of that from people in spirit, especially if there was like stress about crossing over. A lot of, you know what I mean? A lot of that on the other side. A lot of giggles sometimes as well. A lot of freedom, you know? So, and that does include difficult passings too. I know sometimes people worry about that, but that does include, I've talked to some folks who have gone in some very, very intense fashions, and they're also okay. So, she was scared it would hurt. I hear owls every night and taking a break sleeping across town. I love them so much. They're very messy. If you live next to an owl, like, you are cleaning up after those motherfuckers constantly. I love them so much. They are fucking disgusting. Yeah, I say with my owl feather. They used to leave me feathers too all over the place, and also owl pellets everywhere. Appreciate they don't try to profit off of sharing your gift. I mean, I do this for you know, it is my profession, but I love being able to do it this way as well. It does feel like a way to give back, because I feel like this, being able to do the work that I do, is a privilege. It's a gift. It is something other people can do. I'm not going to gatekeep anything. That's part of what my mentoring program is about, but it feels like just a wonderful way to connect with people, and also to just let people know that there is life after life. There is a continuation, not just of consciousness, but of unconditional love from our loved ones. You know, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. You're welcome, Brandy. Yeah, the owls are totally protecting us, I think. I am a bit of a psychic and a bit of a medium. Keep practicing, keep developing, ask questions, read books, practice on your friends, have fun with it. My number one piece of advice for anyone developing is, please make this fun. Please. That's why I've developed it the way that I have. Every step, for the most part, on my spiritual journey has been a blast, because what am I doing? I'm tapping into magic every fucking day. I get to live a life that I can say is unequivocally magical, and has been my entire life. Even in the shitty times, it was still magical. It always is. This is not a realm of anything but magic for me. That's my take on it. That's always been my take on it. I've never seen this world as anything other than miraculous. Period, you know? So I started getting more abilities but lack boundaries, so I step back. Boundaries are super important. Spiritual hygiene is very, very, very important. Working with your highest and best, grounding, being in your body, taking care of your mind, going to therapy. I can't tell you how many mediums and psychics need therapy more than they need to be working as psychics. You guys feel me? Feel me? I have, like, not to brag, because, you know, not to say that my trauma history required this. I have like over 15 years of therapy under my belt, 15 years of mental health restructuring under my belt, which is, I think, what allows me to be able to do this the way that I do now. Mm-hmm. I think if you're doing psychic work or mediumship and you're not taking care of your own mental health, that is a recipe for fucking disaster. It's a recipe for disaster for you, for your cow, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, take care of your shit. Take care of your fucking shit. Stay healthy if you can, you know? Honor yourself, love yourself. Like, mediums who are, or I just, maybe not so much mediums, but psychics who have not done the work of self-acceptance and self-love, sus. You're working with love. You're working with a frequency of unconditional love. So why aren't you giving that to yourself? That's suspicious to me. I don't know. This is my Virgo moon judginess coming out a little bit. So, I have a hard time charging people for my services. You should look at it as an energy exchange. It's an energy exchange, babe. Money's just energy. It's just energy. I think being able to pay for my rent by doing this work feels beautiful to me. That was true when I was a massage therapist as well. Like, it took me like 2 years to be okay asking for money as a massage therapist. I was like, no, but we should just be doing this. Yes. And we live in a capitalistic world, and, like, you know, like, if you start to rescript your relationship with money, you start to rescript your relationship with abundance, period. So I don't feel bad charging for the work that I do. It's an energy exchange. I also love being able to come on here and not charge, because I know not everybody can afford stuff like this, you know? So it's a balance. Dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow. Savannah, yay! I can't wait! I will send you a message on Patreon, if not tonight, tomorrow, about how to do the whole thing, how to make an appointment, the phone call, and all that good stuff. I'm really excited. That's going to be awesome. 10 years of consistent therapy. It's needed. It's even if you don't have a trauma history, it's the gym for your consciousness. We go to the gym to work our physical bodies. We go to therapy to work our mind, our emotional health, and our consciousness. Gotta have boundaries, Brandy. You gotta have boundaries, especially as a therapist. Too many unprofessionals massage therapy. I've been really fucking blessed in some ways, man. Like when it came to the school that I went to for massage therapy, probably one of the best in the country at the time. It was Ben Benjamin's school, right before it got fucking bought out by that corporate bullshit school. That I got really mad about that. I know that people are going to say yes to money, and his career was kind of like, I think he was retiring. But I worked under some of the most brilliant fucking teachers you could imagine. So I took my work very fucking seriously. Boston in general takes body work, yoga, somatics, therapy very seriously. I can talk a lot of shit about Boston. I lived there for 20 years. But that you will see a professionalism there that you won't really see in a lot of other places. All right, you guys, it is almost 10. I have to get up for work tomorrow. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you have not given me a follow, go ahead and do so. Check out the Patreon, check out the Etsy store. And I will see you all next time. Have a good night. Bye.